Most objects are electrically neutral. This means that they have an equal positive and negative charge, each cancelling the other out. In order to charge an object, you have to alter the balance of negative and positive one way or the other. There are three ways to charge an object. Number one is the charging by friction, second is conduction, and the last is the induction. In today's video lecture, I am going to explain three different methods. Let's start one by one.
First is charging by friction. When an object is rubbed with another object, the atoms in the objects get rubbed and a transfer of electrons takes place between the atoms of the two objects. One object loses electrons while the other gains electrons. Thus, the gain of electrons or loss of electrons makes both the object charge. Second method is charging by conduction. In this method, we consider two identical isolated spheres placed on an insulated stand, one carrying net charge plus Q, that is positively charged, and other having no net charge. If they are brought directly in contact or brought in contact with conducting wire, some of the electrons from the chargeless sphere transferred to positively charged sphere. As a result, the positive charge on the positively charged sphere reduced and chargeless sphere becomes positive because it loses the electrons. Now, both the sphere will have equal amount of charge, that is plus Q by 2 after the separation because they are identical. Thus, we have established plus Q by 2 electric charge on the other sphere through contact. Third method is charging by induction. In this method, the charged body does not lose its own charge and without coming in physical contact with other object, it will induce opposite charge in that. This phenomenon is called induction of electric charge. In figure 1a, an isolated metal sphere, the net charge on the sphere is 0. In figure B, a negatively charged plastic rod is brought close to the sphere. The free electrons of the sphere move away from the rod because of repulsion and go to the other part of the sphere. Consequently, the part of the sphere close to the rod becomes positively charged due to the deficiency of electron in that region. In figure C, when the sphere is connected to the earth through a conducting wire, the sum of the electron of the sphere will flow to the ground because the earth is a good conductor and it acts as a practically infinite source of extra electrons or sink of electrons. In figure D, even if the connection with the earth is removed, the sphere retains the positive charge. When the plastic rod is moved away from the sphere, the electrons get redistributed on the sphere such that the same positive charge is spread all over the surface of the sphere.